Tampa Bay just sent a shockwave through the NFL. In their very first preseason game, the Buccaneers didn't just win. They dominated, crushing their opponent 29-7. This wasn't just football. This was a statement. And tonight, we saw flashes of a team that could turn this season upside down. From fearless quarterback play, to a ground game that chewed up the field, to breakout stars proving they belong, buckle in, because we're breaking down every moment of this monster win. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just opened their preseason with a bang, smashing their way to a 29-7 victory. This wasn't just a win. This was the kind of game that makes you sit up and think, oh, this team is for real. Let's start with the offense, because wow, they came ready to work. Kyle Trask looked sharp, calm, and completely in control. He went 12 of 16 for 129 yards, and even ran the ball 3 times for 8 yards. And here's the thing, he wasn't just playing behind a perfect wall of protection. The backup offensive line had some shaky moments, and there were times when defenders were right in his face. But Trask? He stood tall, stayed composed, and made smart decisions. That's what you want from your quarterback. Connor Bazelak also deserves credit. He didn't get as many snaps, but he completed 6 of 9 passes for 48 yards, and most importantly, didn't make costly mistakes. This offense clearly has a system that works for quarterbacks. No unnecessary risks. No reckless plays, just smart, efficient football. And then, the running backs took over. Sean Tucker, 13 carries, 50 yards, 1 touchdown, and a long run of 23 yards. Explosive. Rachaad White, 6 carries, 28 yards. He did leave early with a groin injury, and you could tell it hurt, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. And then there's Owen Wright, the star of the night. 18 carries, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, and a long run of 15 yards. He had 2 more touchdowns that got erased by holding penalties, but that didn't stop him. In the fourth quarter, he caught fire, dragging defenders, fighting for every inch. The Bucs' ground game was unstoppable, 41 carries for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns. They only threw the ball 25 times because, why would you? The run game was chewing up the clock and breaking spirits. And let's not forget about the receivers. Ryan Miller was a reliable target all night, 6 catches, 66 yards, with a long of 21. Every time the ball came his way, he made it count. If I'm picking the top 4 offensive stars tonight, it's Kyle Trask, Owen Wright, Sean Tucker, and Ryan Miller. These guys didn't just play well. They set the tone for the entire game. Ryan Miller may have left the game banged up, but before that, he made his presence loud and clear. This was his message to the coaches. Don't you dare forget about me. I'm still here, and I'm still fighting for a roster spot. And after tonight, no one's forgetting him anytime soon. It wasn't just Miller making plays. Jalen McMillan pulled down a highlight-worthy grab. Emeka Egbuka had 1 sweet catch that showed pure skill. Garrett Green? He made himself noticed, catching passes on quick screens, showing burst, and even ripping off a return that turned heads. It went for 17 yards, but thanks to a penalty tacked on, the Bucs got an extra 15. Those are the kinds of plays that flip field position and keep momentum rolling. But not everything was smooth on offense. The backup offensive line. Well, let's be real, they struggled. The run blocking was shaky, the pass protection was hit or miss, and there wasn't a single backup lineman who truly stood out in a positive way. Holding penalties were everywhere, and they killed multiple drives. Jacob Harris had a rough night, a holding penalty, and a lost fumble. Elijah Clean struggled at center. Mike Jordan and Benjamin Chukwuma both picked up holding calls. When you see that many flags, it's not just frustrating, it's momentum killing. If this unit wants to stick together, they'll have to clean it up fast. Now let's flip the script to defense, because wow. One name absolutely stole the spotlight. Nick Jackson. 6 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, a pass deflection, a quarterback hit, and yes, an interception. This guy was everywhere, reading plays, blowing up runs, pressuring the quarterback, and making game-changing plays. Honestly, you could argue he was the best player on the field tonight, period. Whether you put him above Owen Wright or Kyle Trask is up for debate, but one thing's certain, Jackson's performance screamed playmaker. Nick Jackson didn't just play well, he played like a man on a mission. This was his statement game. Remember my name, because I'm not just here to fill a jersey, I'm here to make this roster. And after tonight, coaches and fans alike are going to remember it. But he wasn't alone. J.J. Roberts was everywhere. 5 tackles, 2 passes deflected, and one of those deflections turned into an interception for Tariq Thunderberg. That play had the sideline jumping. Roman parody, pick 6, instant momentum swing, instant highlight reel. John Bullock had several strong tackles and was the one who tipped a pass into the air that Nick Jackson snagged for his interception. Shiloh brought some heat, especially on a perfectly timed blitz that forced Brandon Allen into a bad throw. Warren Peoples picked up a sack, showing nice burst. Jacob Parrish had his moments too, with 2 passes defended. It felt like the defense had playmakers coming from every angle. Top defensive performers? Nick Jackson, J.J. Roberts, John Bullock, Roman Parody, Tariq Thunderberg all left their mark. Parrish gets love too. The only notable struggle came from Braswell, who just couldn't consistently generate pressure even against backup linemen, especially compared to guys like Jackson and Peoples who were wrecking plays. Hopefully he can turn it up as preseason rolls on. Special teams deserves its flowers too. McClellan was perfect on all his kicks. Ryan Cohen 3 for 4 on extra points. Solid overall. Riley Dixon averaged 49 yards per punt, flipping the field when needed. Bottom line. This was a statement start to the Bucs' preseason. Playmakers emerged on both sides of the ball. The energy was there. And if this is the tone they're setting